Thanks for tuning in. This is tuning in like it's a radio. Hi, thanks for hitting play on the Monkees podcast. This is Takuro McCullough, and we're going to finish up the disc soon. Ooh, we're finishing up disc 1. But first, before we get to that, I'd like to introduce our co-host, Lisa Golden.
Hi, co-host.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad you are here. I would describe you as, I was going to say super fan Lisa Golden.
I do wear a cape, yes.
And you came in with like a Nez button on.
I did. I had to represent.
Yes. So, I don't know if you know, I think the description calls me a super fan, but I was thinking on the way over, I'm like, I'm not the super fan. Lisa is the super fan. You've sung with Mickey.
I have, yes.
That's a super fan.
That's freaking incredible is what that is. That's like dream come true times, I don't even know, infinity.
What was that like?
It was a dream come true. Okay, let's go to commercial. I've had some really, really wonderful moments with monkey related things, and particularly Mickey Dolenz. Mm-hmm. I never in a million years would have thought I'd be standing next to him singing a song and with him, a duet, and so I'm not going to lie, as I was very calm, but once I was standing right next to him, I'm like, this is really going to happen. So yeah, he did he's been doing this now. He's doing these Sing with Mickey charity events, and it's a meet and greet opportunity. Usually there's a little cocktail party, sometimes a dinner, all kinds of different events that Jody Ritson, who's in charge of the meet and greets, she manages those for him and Michael Nesmith now. She put it together. It was August of 2018. I had just recently really delved right back into the fandom and got wind of this, paid a few dollars for Make-A-Wish, made my donation, and I got to sing a song with Mickey.
Oh, what song was it?
We sang Dream a Little Dream in the style of the Mamas and the Papas.
Ooh, I don't think I know that version.
Oh, really?
No.
Sunbeams are gonna find you.
Worries behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dream a little dream of me.
Oh, I've never heard it as a duet though.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty incredible. Yeah. And he seemed pleased that I chose that song.
Oh, that's good.
So that was nice too.
He seems so nice.
He is.
Is he?
He's gotta get you to meet the man.
No. Second person to bring that up, I'm like, nope, wouldn't be able to handle it. Head would explode. I'd probably just cry.
Yeah, I the first time I met him outside of any Monkees related, I don't know if we have time for this, but outside of any Monkees related thing, I used to work at the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach for the lion's share of the 90s into the early 2000s, and right around 98, I want to say 99, maybe 2000, he came to the club as a guest of one of the headliners who I was getting to know a bit. And she walked in, her new boyfriend, who's now her husband, walks in. I wave at both of them. And then Mickey Dolenz walks in right behind them. And I'm on the phone with a customer. And I froze. I really did. And lo and behold, my coworker goes and grabs him in the hallway. I hear in the distance, Mr. Dolenz, my coworker Lisa would probably really like to meet you. And I started shaking. I didn't know what I'd do, and I thought I would cry. Every bit as I did as a teenager at an autograph party they did in 1987. I did cry.
Aww.
I didn't. Oh. Somehow, even then, I was able to pull it together. But I still was nervous as heck. So, yeah.
It's amazing. So, how did you first get into the Monkees? Like, were you like the 86
definitely
MTV?
Definitely the 86 20th anniversary is where it really went, great guns. I certainly watched reruns. When I'd visit my grandparents in Northern California, they would play reruns in the mornings.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to visit my grandparents too terribly often. It was like 2 or 3 times a year, but I always looked for the funny boys on TV. I just remembered these wild guys, and one had a British accent, and that's all I could really remember. And I knew some of the songs as a little kid, they would still play on the radio. They'd play like Last Train to Clarksville,
right.
And I'm a Believer and Daydream Believer. So I didn't meld the two in my head. I didn't understand one was the other, but I just remembered the funny boys.
Yeah.
And then when, certainly I don't know how old you were, but I was 14 when 86 happened. And I think I was the exact right age.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I was 13. Yeah,
I was the
So
exact
like,
right
this
age.
is for me.
Yeah, and MTV.
They're dressed funny. But.
Yeah, they kind of dressed sort of like the Brady Bunch in the first season. They sort of, I think they had this like JCPenney clothes or something.
They did. They had like a contract or something where they did like JCPenney ads.
I loved in season 2 when they got to be a little bit more free spirited about their clothing. But so 86 was it, man, and I was entrenched. I couldn't get enough. I annoyed my other friends to the point that they introduced me to other kids that were into it.
It's like a support group.
Exactly. It was like we have taken go to 12-step meetings and stuff. I don't know.
Lisa, shut up. Here's some other people you're going to talk to.
Yeah, there's some other 12-step meetings. But anyway, so it was a trip. I ended up making some really good little friends then, and one of which I'm very close to still. And she's not in the fandom the way that we might be, but she's still a big fan.
Oh, cool. Awesome. It was good to see you at the Mickey concert.
Yes, over at the Rose.
That
was cool.
That was fun.
Can we give a shout out to David Wayne right now?
Oh yeah, hey Dave Wayne.
Hi Dave Wayne.
Woohoo.
Yeah, that's how we first know each other.
Which is weird.
We have a mutual friend.
And a long kind of weird story.
Yeah, but David, I reunited with our friend David. He and I went to high school together, and we kind of lost touch for a period of years, but then we got back in touch through social media primarily. And we got together one day and he introduced me to you and he said, Takura's you, but in college.
Yes.
That's what I remember him saying.
Exactly.
And then he brought up Kids in the Hall and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Kids in the Hall. And then years later, we're like, Monkees.
I had no idea. I had no idea. I don't know why we didn't know that.
So a couple of things I wanted to talk about before we get to watching the episode. I got an email from Japan, you guys. An email from Japan.
Cool.
I think it was through the website, the little like send a note to a podcast thing. And there's a Japanese Monkees podcast doing basically the same thing we are.
No kidding.
Called Let's Go the Monkees. I heard from Misoro. I don't know if Hare is the name or if it's Hare, because the hosts call themselves the Bunny and the Hare.
Oh, that's great.
So I don't know if it's Misoro Hare or Misoro the Hare. But she said, oh, yay, we have a podcast too. You can listen to it, but it's in Japanese. So sorry, I'm not listening to it. I mean, maybe I will, but it's not going to mean anything to me. But I consider it, that's our sister podcast. We have like a sister podcast.
I would say so.
In Japan.
The Bunny
Actually,
and the Hare.
They're Japanese people in New Zealand, which makes it even better.
Wow.
They're in New Zealand.
That is cool.
So, hi, let's go the Monkees. Any Japanese speakers, tune in. Why do I keep saying that? Any Japanese speakers, check out Let's Go the Monkees. They are, I started to listen and I realized, what am I doing? I don't know Japanese. But thanks for contacting us. That was super fun. Also, people have been asking, where can I watch the show? Because you're watching it. Well, first of all, like, try a little bit harder, you guys. You can find it. Just look. But you can also, that was a little harsh, but really, MeTV shows some episodes, DirecTV and Sling have some episodes. And you can Google, just like Google some things. You can find out some information on your own. That's the teacher in me. Like, I don't know. How can you find the episodes? You have a computer right on your lap. Look it up.
How do I find anything anymore?
When they ask me how to spell things while they're literally on their Chromebook, how do you spell? I'm like, you have a computer on your lap.
It's right there at your disposal.
No, just ask the teacher. It's easier. And San Francisco Sketch Fest. I went to Sketch Fest.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, tribute to Mickey and Mike. And I was real dumb. How was Takura real dumb? Because she thought that it was a Sunday. And I thought, I'll take like the second Monday off. We'll be back from break. And I'll take the second Monday off from school. No big deal. I forgot that we have 3 weeks off for Christmas break.
Oh.
So that was the first Monday back. This is probably why I'm sick now. Because after the really fun, amazing show, I got to get in my car and drive from San Francisco back to Pasadena and then go to work the next day.
Oh, boy.
Because I'm a genius. But it was really nice. I met up with a friend there whose name I forgot because I'm a terrible, terrible person and I didn't write it down. Hi, friend. I'll get that later. But the interview was really great. Andrew Sandoval was there giving answers from the audience when Mickey would forget things. He was like, what year was that, Andrew? 1968, 69. Thanks, Andrew. That's so cool. Awesome. There were loads of people there. It was the Marines Memorial Theater, which I'd never been to before.
Oh, yeah. I don't think
very lovely.
I haven't been there either.
I walked around the block. I missed it. I couldn't find it.
No.
Got a little hike in before the show.
Well, it got all charged up.
Yes.
How was the moderator, Paul Myers?
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Mike has a tendency to talk about what Mike wants to talk about, which I love. So like they'll ask him a question and he'll go, I'm going to talk about this. And everyone's like, okay, we can't argue. We're not going to correct you. But yeah, he handled that very, very well. The Mike talking about what Mike wants to talk about. And my friend got a really good question in at the end. In fact, Mickey said, that's a good question. I was like, yes.
Oh, nice.
But I can't believe I can't remember my friend's name.
Oh, hi, friend.
I'm sorry, friend. I really am sorry.
What was the question? Remember the question?
No, I don't remember the question either.
We just know that Mickey approved.
Yeah, Mickey approved. It was a really good question.
It's Dolan's approved.
Yes, Dolan's stamp
of Dolan.
And he did get in the I'm told I had a really good time. He got
nice.
that line in.
Yes.
I wanted to stand and applaud.
The Beatles party.
Yeah. Well, the Beatles party line. And let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh, and I handed out some cards to people on the way out. I was the annoying lady at the stairs. If anybody was there at Sketchfest, the annoying lady at the stairs going, podcast? Do you like podcasts? It's the Monkees podcast. Would you like a podcast? Do you like podcasts? Hey, that was me. Welcome. Thanks for tuning. I'm just going to keep saying it. Thanks for tuning in because I was annoying and I appreciate it. I appreciate you dealing with me and trying it out anyway.
That's
so
awesome.
That was a lot of talking for me. I don't usually have that much stuff to say at the beginning, but
I enjoyed every single second of it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Very kind. All right, so you know what episode we're gonna watch?
I don't.
It is one of my favorites, and I'm so excited.
Oh my god!
It's Monkees in a Ghost Town.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, is that Rosemary?
Yes, it is.
And
Rosemary.
Vic Tayback.
And no, Vic Tayback was it? No, this is Lon Chaney Jr. Lon Chaney Jr. It's Lon Chaney Jr. Vic Tayback. I think it was in the previous episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm getting them mixed up.
Yeah, I get it. Big doughy guys from the 60s. That's what they are. All right, let's see.
Monkees in a Ghost Town.
Monkees in a Ghost Town. Due to Mickey's poor navigation, the Monkees lose their way en route to a gig and run out of gas in what they think is a deserted town. In addition to the Monkees' featured tunes, Rosemary provides impromptu takes on Hi Neighbor, Everybody Loves My Baby, but My Baby Loves Nobody But Me, and theme from the Monkees. Production notes. Monkees in a Ghost Town was filmed in July 1966. The episode features actor Lon Chaney Jr. parodying his role of Lenny from the film adaptation of John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men, and Len Lesser, later known as Uncle Leo on Seinfeld.
Nice.
Watch for Rosemary as Millie Rudnick in episode 27, Monkey Mother, another one of my favorites. All right, and the songs are Tomorrow's Gonna Be Another Day and Papa Jean's Blues.
Nice. Oh, now I've got Seinfeld on the brain.
Oh.
I've got Jerry going, hello. I've got them saying, hello, Uncle Leo. Anyway.
I didn't watch the Seinfeld. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm a black lady. I know black people watch Seinfeld. I'm sorry. That was a terrible thing for me to say. All right, so let's watch the episode. Woo! Oh, I was like jamming. All right, we're back. Oh, I love that music so much. Thanks, Jake. All right, so we're back from Monkees in a Ghost Town. Elise and I were just talking about the after the interviews at the end, and how much they hated doing them. I know Mickey in particular hated it.
I thought Mike did too.
I think Eve. Wait, did Mickey bring it up or did somebody else bring it up? Oh, my mind is a soup. But yeah, he hated. I know
there is one at one of them where he goes, "I hate doing these interviews, man. I hate doing these." Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he hated them. He seemed very into this one though.
He was.
Yeah.
He told us what a blue gel is.
Mm-hmm. Very, very useful information. Do they use? Yeah, I guess. Wait, modern lighting techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Are gels used anymore? Yes. Oh, okay.
Sure.
I just thought everything was like LEDs and whatnot. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still in use, but maybe just not to the extent as they once were.
Yeah, I remember old days in college, taking theater classes. I actually had to splice audio tape.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that makes me feel. I feel like I said we had horse-drawn carriages. Like I had to splice actual tape with a razor blade.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, why are we doing this?
Yes.
It's the 90s, but that's what I learned how to do. All right, let's go to the episode. All right. So Monkees in a ghost town. So we start off in the Monkeemobile, and they're driving through the burbs. And then they're on the freeway.
Out of nowhere. Just boom, boom.
And then they're back in the burbs somehow. And then they're on a lot somewhere. And then they're in a ghost town. Oh, wait, it gets real dusty. And like
dusty for like miles. I mean, like they're like out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. And Peter's all coughing in the back.
Poor Peter.
And they have a little Clarksville little sign.
Yes.
Cute. And then Mickey's got like, what is that called? That scopy thing.
It's a scopy thing. Yeah.
That like that seafaring folk use.
That's right.
To chart their way.
To navigate.
Yes, the navigational scope, and he's got a slide rule, I think. And they missed their turn. Oh, Mickey's wacky.
Wow.
And they run out of gas.
Darn it, Mickey.
And then they're right in the middle of a ghost town.
With a traffic light.
I think it's like one-stop town, I think that's what that's trying to be. Which was like the weirdest looking traffic light to me. Yes. I've never seen, is that what all traffic lights look like in the 60s? I don't know.
Doubtful.
Yeah, because that thing is weird. It's got like a little sign that literally says stop and go that pops out the side.
Yes, it makes a funny noise.
And goes ka-ting.
Ka-ting.
And Peter's got his little stop. Wait.
Oh, it's
something about not in between.
Something on green and not in between.
Go on the green. Walk on the green, not in between. Oh, man.
Go in the green,
not in between.
We're gonna have to look.
I'm sure that
up.
was like PSA at the time.
Yeah, it was.
And I like the weird zooms into the tree to show it's a ghost town. I don't know.
I know why they upshot to the random tree. I was looking for a bird's nest. I don't know why that was there.
Because they zoom into like a dusty window with like the sun. Okay.
Yeah, zoom.
And then zoom, tree.
I'm like, okay.
All right. Yes, there's trees in a ghost town.
Yeah, it was a dirty, dusty tree.
Yes. Dave would hate this episode because it's dusty.
He would.
David Wayne's not like dusty.
No.
And then they part ways, and one of my favorite things that was pointed out to me just recently is how Peter touches Davy gently on the cheek as they walk away.
Oh,
because Pete loves Davy so much.
He does.
He just touches him on the cheek as he walks away. It's so sweet. And they split up. And my notes go weird. Okay. Oh, I know what. Davy and Mike have their weird, their fantasy thing of some TV,
like a high noon, kind of like a high noon shootout.
Because there's specific names. There's Slade, Kincaid, and Black Bart.
Black Bart.
And I have a feeling this is like the part in the show where I'd be watching it and my mom would be in the kitchen and go, oh, that's this and this. And my mom would like clarify the references for me. But this is when I don't know.
I don't. I just see that, Black Bart's wearing the black. And so it's the evil against the hero and bad guy versus the good guy. Right. And then there's Kincaid, played by Davy, who's wearing like a Western shirt, but yet he still has the JCPenney pants.
Does he?
Yeah.
No full costume.
It's quite a look.
All their looks are, yeah. Well, no, they're still kind of JCPenney'd up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, season 2, people.
Watch out.
Look out. All right. So then I don't know. Do we cut back to what Mickey and Peter are doing?
Well, Peter's the one that finds the big triangle, the chow time.
Oh, that's right.
And he said, I used to play this in school.
Yeah, giant triangle.
Yeah.
And that's what triggers Lenny and George to go out and shoot. There's a lot of shooting in this episode.
Yes.
There's so much gunplay. I don't know. Is that a modern thing that now I'm like really sensitive to?
A little hypersensitive?
Yeah.
There are a few things in this one that I was oh, this wouldn't fly.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later.
But yeah, so much gun, just shooting at their feet. And it's unnerving. But so Lenny and George come out, and there's Lon Chaney and Uncle Leo, because I don't remember that dude's real name.
God,
sorry.
That's pretty cool.
But Lon Chaney Jr. Doing his Lenny bit, which I only know from Bugs Bunny cartoons.
That was my first intro as well. Yeah, yes. I'm gonna hug him and kiss him and call him George.
That's the only reason I know any of that is from Bugs Bunny. Cultural touchstones. So I think I notice. Okay, this is a weird thing. Every time I watch an episode, I notice something new because it's Blu-ray and it's like all good. I'm like, Uncle Leo George has like one tooth that's like miscolored way in the back there. He has like one little yellow tooth back there, and that distracted me.
Oh no!
People are allowed to have different colored teeth. I mean, didn't Peter get new teeth? Like, yeah, Peter got new teeth like partway through this season or next season.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he had some work done. Yeah.
So, in the 60s, you were allowed to have bad teeth and be on TV.
Yes, definitely. It didn't have to be that blinding white or implants or whatever they do these days, know, where everybody has the most perfect smile.
Yeah, so now I know.
If that's what's supposed to be perfect, I think it looks just fake,
Yeah, it does. But then if everybody has the same perfect smile, you just don't notice anymore.
That's right.
That's the idea, I guess.
And it's like episode of The Bachelor or something.
Episode of The Bachelor?
Like with all the women and their blinding white teeth with their smiles.
Oh, Lord.
Yikes.
I can't with that show.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lenny and George, they do little bits. I don't remember what they are.
But George, or Lenny has we get to hear his line. You ain't going no place. Oh,
was it nowhere?
Well,
no place?
I think he says no place and then they go to nowhere. I don't know. You're lying, George. You're lying, Lenny.
Inconsistent. So, gosh, my notes are terrible. And then, we cut back to Peter and
Mickey,
and Peter like sums up what has happened. Wow, this is crazy. First we get lost, diddle-do. And then Mickey's like, and that's for the benefit of people who are just tuning in. Now back to our story.
I always love it when they cheat to the camera.
I do too. That's a good one. They talk about, how do they find out? Oh my gosh, my notes are terrible. So I guess they figure out that they're locked up or they're listening in. How do they figure out what happens to
to Mickey and Peter?
Yeah,
Mickey and Peter get dressed up like mobsters to try. How do they talk about the big man?
They're listening at the door. I guess they're
listening at the door.
They heard the shooting. They heard,
and so they also hear about them. The two mobsters are talking about the big man.
The big man, and they've never seen the big man.
They've never seen the big man, and the big man, and so Mickey strolls in as James Cagney.
One of 5 impressions that Mickey can do. Yeah, we should have like a James Cagney.
And they milked that
counter.
one. They milked that one, but that's good. He's always good at it. It's always funny.
Exactly, go with it. That big old scar that he has.
That just looked like with the Blu-ray version, you could see that it's just can really see it's just makeup. I mean, it's just a line. It's like a pencil.
Just line. All right, there you go.
Smudge it just a little bit more. No, that's too much.
No. Yes, he's got a line.
There's
on
one
his
point where they got really close on his face, and he turns. I'm like, oh dear. But then again, TV was different.
I couldn't see that before.
We see all the warts now.
Yeah. And Peter's got a very nice pink shirt on. I never noticed how cute.
Yes.
Cute. And Lenny's tie is really lovely. I don't know.
It is a nice tie.
Beautiful red tie with little gold
yes.
decal. No. Anyway, accents on it. It's really lovely.
Yeah.
Beautiful tie.
Appliques.
Mm-hmm. There's a kitty cat checking out my my box set.
He's like, what is this talk?
What is that? Yeah. Okay. I'm distracted by cats. All right. There's the light bulb bit. That when Mickey gets
Mickey's idea.
And then Peter puts the light bulb over his head, and then Peter does a take to camera. Smile.
Nice smile, Peter. Smile. So cute.
Gangster Pete is in adorable pink. That's what I wrote. Yeah. Gangster Pete is in adorable pink. And then like when they notice when Pete starts winking at Davy and Mike in the cage.
In the cage. It's cage like.
He starts winking at them like, hey, we're gonna let you out. Hey. Gets all distracted. I like that part. Because Mickey's trying to talk to him and he's like not paying attention. And then they get caught. Why did they get caught? Oh, they didn't hear them drive up.
Yes. And so, that just unraveled so fast. Mickey's face, that's really good acting right there because Mickey's expression just completely alters and he just goes into, think of something quick.
Yeah. Just desperation.
And I mean, this is scripted television, people. That was really good. Like the look on his face looked very genuine. Like, no.
Well, he's professional. Don't mess with
we just coasted in because because of the saves on gas. What's coasted in and saves on gas? What is coasting in? What are you flying in? Like literally flying in?
It's coasting. You put it in neutral. Then you
No, we coasted. Yeah, so yeah, I get it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
For the youngins listening in, put your car in neutral. Do you have neutral? Do they still? Can you put modern cars in? Okay. Because I just don't, have to push my friends' cars down the street anymore.
Right.
Because that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
So don't use neutral very often.
Not very often.
Oh, car washes. Is that when do you still have to put it in
neutral? You
neutral?
put it in neutral to do the drive-through car wash.
Car wash. Car wash.
At the car wash.
Stripey suspender bits. Oh, that's right. We're time for a romp.
Yes.
All right. Oh, but don't step on spider because it'll rain.
Oh my gosh. What was that?
I think that was that was something that perplexed me as a child. And I think I either decided in my child brain or I realized later that was one of those wives' tales like things like step on a crack.
Break your mother's back.
If you step on a spider, you don't step on a spider because it'll rain. Like you don't kill spiders because it'll make it rain. I think that's what that is.
So he had the only on green, not in between, and the spider. So he's doing all of these sayings. You know, it's stuff his mother taught him.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's the innocent Peter.
The innocence of Peter.
Yes,
the innocence of Peter. That's my new book. The innocence of Peter. All right, so they get thrown in the clink.
And then we have this fun romp in the desert, but it's the beach, but it's the desert, and it's a lot of old stock footage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because, Uncle Leo's like really kind of menacing at the end, right before the romp, because it's like, you guys can yell and scream all you want because there ain't nobody for miles to desert. And I was like, ooh, that's like, you're really scary. You're like really acting there. This is like a children's show. Calm down. That was really kind of frightening.
But yet tomorrow's going to be another day.
Of course. So how do we have fun in the desert?
What a message, no, there's miles of desert, but no, let's all stay positive because tomorrow's going to be another day.
It's a song I really like.
Me too. It's got a great beat.
It's a Boyce and
Tommy Boyce and another writer
or something like that.
I have his name just escaped me a second ago, but so not Bobby Hart on that one, but Tommy Boyce.
That's a good song. It strikes me as a blues song. It's like a blues song, just popped up. Popped up blues song.
Yeah. It's it is. I like that take. Yeah,
I like it.
So it's but the beat that they choose with it is really good. It's just a little toe tapping.
Excuse me, I made a gross cold person with a cold noise. Sorry, everybody. So yes, the desert themed romp, which involves the beach, because you know why? Sand.
Because they're dreaming of the beach, maybe.
No, it's just sand. They're just like
anything with sand.
Anything with sand. Yeah. So we have like the French
and a camel and the pyramid. Yeah.
Is that the French Foreign Legion? Is that what they're dressed as?
It sort of looks like the French Foreign Legion.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what that was. I remember as a kid, I had no idea what that was. I'm like, they're dressed like something. And then another Bugs Bunny. I think Bugs Bunny did a French Foreign Legion bit too, didn't he?
Again, it all comes back to Bugs.
Oh, Bugs. Thanks, Bugs.
All the Looney Tunes.
And I think this song has all of my favorite. Like these are like the classic romp bits.
Yes. Like in the opening credits, like later, where they're up and jumping up and down, like when Peter's doing his
all
little
from this.
Yeah, and they're jumping up a bit of sand behind the dune, and
the running to the ocean and running back.
There's a lot of it. They don't have the monkey walk
right
on it, even though I'm sure that was shot the same day.
Was it?
Looks like I think so.
I don't know. I can't remember. I can't picture it in my head.
Maybe not. They weren't in the stripy things.
Yeah, what were they in?
They were just in bathing suits.
Swimsuits. Oh yeah, maybe that was the was that the film one?
Oh, when Bobby Sherman.
Movies? Yeah, maybe that was the Bobby Sherman.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyway, I digress.
But yeah, that's all the classic bits. The stripy suspender outfit bits. The pounding on Davy's head into the sand,
and Mike stomping the hat at the end to insinuate that he's been buried.
Really fooled me.
Really crushed him.
As a kid, I was like, "Oh no!" And then later, I'm like, "Oh, that's clearly just a hat."
They did not put him under the sand for effect.
Really? No. He was
boy, they really committed. He really committed. David Jones, everyone.
I was a dumb child, fooled by camera tricks. So we cut back from that, and they're. Why are they yelling? I don't know. But Davey is unusually tall in the jail cell because I think he is standing on something. He's like hanging on to the bars.
Oh,
because
yes.
He's like, why are you level with Mike? Davey,
that
what's
makes
happening?
No sense.
So he's made himself very tall. Oh, this is when they ask for the shovel to dig out.
Yes. Yes.
And I know
because they want to play baseball. That's what they try to put over on Lenny.
Right. And Lenny's like, oh, why don't you guys just jump up and down, which Peter tries for.
Oh, yes, because they want exercise.
Yes, Peter tries jumping up and down for a little bit.
He does it like, oh, okay.
And then Mike hits him like, what? No, stop.
No, stop.
Oh, I love it. And why does Lenny have a mouse in his pocket? They ask him for a ball.
It's of mice and men.
Is it? Thank you. I was like, wait, that's something. Oh, got it. Mice. I was like, doesn't he kill a rabbit? Why is there? I was confused.
No, I had to take the turn as I was watching that. I'm like, that's a callback to but it's not a rabbit, it's a mouse because of mice and men.
Thank you.
I got it.
I was stuck on a rabbit.
I'm smart today.
I'm like, I thought it was a rabbit. Again, another reference that made no sense. And I love the laugh track. It's like, ho, 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 look, he's got a mouse in his pocket.
No, because he's Lon Chaney Jr. And look what he's doing.
Forgotten the laugh track was here. That laugh track is crazy.
It's all over. Yeah.
Every little joke, every little take.
Insert laugh here.
All right, so then we're back to another very quickly. I think it shocked you.
It did. They jumped to Papa Jean's Blues and another romp with them trying to dig out of the cell very fast. I'm like, wow, we just came back from commercial and it's another song.
Right. And I love, this is one of my favorites too, because number one, beautiful song and I love.
Beautiful song.
Harmonies. This is probably how young Takura fell in love with harmonies, like this and the Beatles and choir, church choir. I was like, harmonies are fun. Harmonies are good.
I love harmonies, and you're right on this song.
Yes.
I always try to pick a piece out of I try to harmonize. And I even from the first time I ever was playing the records, I was always trying to harmonize with this song. This is one of those Monkees songs that I'm always going right along with it. So beautiful.
Yes, Nez, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Although I always had trouble with one of the lines because this is before the internet. Can't look up lyrics. Pass up the high road for the low. Is that the line? Could not understand for the low.
High road for the low.
I was like, high road for the long. What? High road, come along. High road, fa la la. I just had no idea what he was saying for years until probably last couple of years. I looked it up finally.
I think that some of the lyrics on some of Mike's songs, I've just had the very great pleasure of seeing him live now. And I've been able to hear him articulate, enunciate a bit more. And I'm like, I was right. And then on other ones, I was so wrong because he's such a poet too. You know, I mean, he's such a poet in his writing, and it just, I don't know if such a poet is songwriting is poetry, but the way he writes, I mean, sometimes he goes in such areas that they could seem nonsensical.
Right.
The way that he puts his lyrics together.
Yes.
So I'm often tricked.
Yes.
At least I was when I was younger.
Of course. And then so you're singing it for 20, 30 years one way in your head. And then you find out, oh gosh, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel a little disappointed, right?
Yeah. I feel dumb, first of all. Number one, feel stupid.
Yeah.
I remember singing the words to I'm a Believer Wrong with my best friend at the time, Trisha, and her stopping and looking at me.
Back in the 80s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't understand. Honey. I thought a line was honey. Honey. Anyway, I remember singing it wrong, and I remember her looking at me like, what the heck is wrong with you? And I was like, oh no, I'm a stupid person. And for years I hated singing that song because
you had
I had that line wrong.
PTSD from that.
Yes. Trisha's a very nice person. She probably wasn't thinking that, but that was just me. She was just looking like, oh no, am I wrong? That's probably what she was thinking.
Yeah.
Karen knows all the words.
So she was probably second guessing herself. Absolutely. She's like, she's the expert. I'm not. Yeah.
Lyrics. All right. So we were at the, I was talking about the laugh track. Oh, and here comes the big man. The car drives up and
the big man.
It's Rosemary, you guys.
Woo-hoo!
It's Rosemary.
Yay.
She stomps in some shoes. Her dress is really pretty.
It is really pretty.
I remember thinking it was really dumpy when I was a kid, but that dress is really lovely.
It is very pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of shiny.
It's got a little sheen to it. And yeah. But she has the stole over her shoulder.
That's what makes it old. And
they really make her up to try to look a little bit rough.
Yeah.
But that is a pretty dress.
It's a very pretty dress.
They had really great costuming on that show.
They did.
I mean, his suit, his tie.
yes.
And they had some
On
pretty good
Blu-ray,
threads.
I noticed they had some nice outfits.
Good wardrobe.
Though I'm still mad about that woman's bow, that purple bow that did not match the purple sash on her dress from the first episode. That still upsets me. It's a different color purple. Okay. So the big woman, she beats up George because she slaps George first.
The slap was great.
Yeah, it was
that was
multiple.
fantastic.
And then she throws him on the floor, and the boys, I like to call them boys, the monkeys are cheering.
Yeah, they're like, yay!
And then she asked what they were, and he was like, oh, I got to knock them off before they start singing again. Singing? Rosemary. She's just saying 30 years ago, she was
30 years ago. Bessie Kowalski.
Bessie Kowalski. And then the little heart comes up and says, Bessie, who? She gets shaded by the editors. Poor Bessie. So 30 years ago, that would have been 1936.
Yeah.
Wow. Where would she have been performing in 1936?
The Catskills? I don't know.
Yeah, probably Bessie. When did no, I was trying to think of that movie I don't like. The movie that everybody loves with the dancing.
La La Land?
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, Dirty Dancing.
When was that? That was like the 60s.
That was
right?
supposed to be the early 60s, I think. Yeah.
When you say Catskills, that's what I think of.
Oh, okay.
Because wasn't that in the Catskills? I always imagine that little.
I don't know.
That little resort that they were in was in the Catskills.
I have a confession.
What?
I've never watched the whole movie.
That's amazing. I've seen the whole movie and I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
I can't. You really got to watch Seinfeld. That's like that almost dovetailed into a Seinfeld reference. What way you said that right now?
I was doing Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. But. Well, I'm just. Oh yeah. There you go. Well, I'm just saying. Just
okay.
Saying. Anyway, but yeah, I've never seen Dirty Dancing.
But you know the baby in a corner. You know all that stuff.
Well,
right?
I mean, over so many years. You know, the movie's what 35 years old. And I mean, Patrick Swayze, love him.
Right.
You know, Jennifer Grey, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something about it. I just wasn't drawn to it then, and I know, you know, I don't know. I have nothing against the movie.
I do.
Well, you've seen it, so you've seen the whole thing.
Okay, now here's my things against the movie.
Well, he was kind of old too for her, right?
Thank you. Problem number 1. Age inappropriate relationship. She was like supposed to be like basically a high school student.
Yeah.
And then like here's this grown man dancer. That's gross. I don't like that at all. And number 2, I Had the Time of My Life is a terrible song. That is not a good song. Everybody acts like it's a great song. No, you only like it because it's associated with that movie. You like the movie. You heard the song in the movie. If you heard that song outside of the movie, you'd be like, ooh, what is this? It's a bad song. It is a terrible, cheesy, terrible song. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm off my Dirty Dancing.
Some of the other songs in the movie were good. My mom bought the soundtrack, so I remember the soundtrack really well. Like Mickey and Sylvia.
Yes, that's a good song.
Yeah.
That should be played everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, Sylvia. Yes, Mickey. Well, probably because the name Mickey's in it. Hello. That just circled that right up
That's
too.
all it takes for
That's
you.
all it took. Yeah. Just say Mickey. There you go. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine.
You know, there's that rumor that was written for Mickey Dolenz. That keeps coming up. I'm like, why would you?
Because of her association.
Right. I guess, but okay. I mean, Mickey was cute and all, not write a song cute. Sorry.
Well, there goes my song.
Oh no!
I guess I'll never play it.
No, do it. Do your song.
It's been in the vault.
All right. So Bessie Kowalski.
Bessie who?
Bessie what? You got me. Because I'm trying to read my bad notes and I'm like, oh, I'm sure I said it wrong. Bessie. That was good. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
All right. And Mickey does another impression that I don't know.
I thought he was almost going for a Jimmy Durante, but it wasn't. I don't know who he was trying to do.
It's the one that he does was I'm gonna be a star. It's that same. Who's that?
Oh, I don't know.
It's that same one. Help us out, folks. Monkeespodcast.com. Tell us what Mickey's 5 impressions are.
Call in. Oh, wait. No.
And win a Cupid doll.
And win a Cupid doll.
All right. So
the Raggedy Ann.
They get Bessie to perform with Mike playing the piano. Okay, why is Mike the piano player for this scene?
I know.
Peter plays the piano.
Yeah. I don't know.
Here's my thought. The blocking. Mike's too tall. It messes up. You get Mike to sit down. That way you can get everybody in the shot.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Maybe
so.
He does a good job of faking it, though.
Yeah. Only, yeah, he does.
And Bessie's singing away with her hands. A lot of hand motions.
And we got a call to the songs.
Hi, neighbor. Hi, neighbor.
Everybody loves my baby, but my baby don't love nobody but me. Nobody but me.
Which is now how the song goes in my brain.
Forever.
Forever, because that was the first time we heard the song. And that's how the song goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then
but the phone becomes free. They
send Davey.
They cue Davey to go use the telephone, and then it gets inappropriate.
Yeah, and then it's
what inappropriate in today's
because it cuts
by today's
to
standards.
A Native American and Indian sitting outside a teepee, clearly a white dude, just with some makeup on. Now,
and he answers the phone.
He answers the phone. In
the desert or in his wherever he is
outside with some stuff. And I was thinking they're trying to be clever here.
Yes.
Because he says, oh, me primitive, me not know white man's problems.
Yeah.
Hold on, another call. And then he's got like a multi-line phone.
Like an office phone.
Yeah, it's high technology. And I'm thinking, would that have been funny if they'd actually cast a native actor?
Back then?
I mean, would we be like, haha, good joke now? Or would we still be like, I
don't know. I don't know if it would probably people would still laugh. I laughed at the line.
Yes,
that
the
he
line
told.
is
The
funny.
line is funny. It's sort of, I think if they did have a Native American actor do that line in an updated, like in a today version, I think people would go, yeah.
Yeah, no, would he still? Because I think
the joke resonates a little bit more.
Yeah, and would put a different spin on the me primitive because it would be like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. I have no words. Do you ever feel like when you have a cold, you get a little stupider?
You get the little cloudy brain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have cold stupid right now.
I'm sorry.
I had a whole deep thing I was going to go with, like you're petting, the kitty is resting next to you. Oh,
it's a very sweet kitty cat.
Yes. I had a whole thing about like self-referential and owning the stereotype and stuff I was going to get into, but my brain's too cloudy. I can't do it.
Okay.
So Bessie is singing away, and Peter's loving it.
Yes.
Lenny is loving it.
Yes.
Everybody else is like, ugh.
Yeah. Ouch.
Ouch. Oh, and then Uncle Leo has the line. You know how she killed her husband?
Sang him to death.
Nice. Delivered so well.
Very well.
And then there's another, Lenny is fallen in love with the big man.
Yes. So cute.
Very cute. Send Davey out to make another call.
Yes.
This time, another reference to a 60s show. Which one? I don't know.
I think it was Gunsmoke.
Is it Gunsmoke? Because the guy has like a pronounced limp.
It was they say Sheriff Dillon, and Sheriff Dillon was, I think, from Gunsmoke.
I thought like there was a guy that had his own show though. Wasn't there like the Marshal or the?
Well, there were so many westerns that were popular back then, but anyway.
All right, so there's a reference that we don't get.
But then there's a Bob Dylan reference.
Yeah,
that was very clever.
He's gonna get Dylan. Who? Marshall Dillon or Sheriff Dillon? I was like, no, Bob Dylan. He can write a song about your troubles. And then Davey is caught again. And then magically, well, I don't know why we're picky because it's a stupid monkey show, but magically there's sheet music on the piano. And that sheet music in a meta moment is the sheet music for the theme song of the show. So they get Bessie to sing the theme to the Monkees. I wonder what that sheet music actually is. I always try to look.
And the drum kit and the bass and the maracas. Everything's there. Up. Everything's there magically.
Hey, we're the Monkees and Bessie's. And they've put her voice over it, which is nice.
Just laid her voice right over the recorded track. Yes.
So good. Sometimes her lip sync was a little bit off.
Touch.
Yeah. When she was doing her songs, it was like, oh no, that's not a good one. The first take is really good. And then when they cut back, it's not as good.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. And then then they invite Lenny and George up on, come on, join us, come on. They're like, oh, all right. And everybody looks so genuinely happy to join in. It's like genuine glee.
And then he puts the gun down, like he puts his machine gun. He puts it down gently on the chair.
Yes.
And the way he just sort of says, kind of puts it down like, I'll be right back.
Shh, I'll be right back. It's okay.
Or maybe it was a very like authentic prop and he didn't want to break it or something.
Maybe
he had to be super careful with it. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I guess if it fell, then
it would be a problem.
Then you have to redo the scene.
Yeah, but anyway, he was very cautious.
Very cautiously laying down the machine gun. Lenny takes his gun up on stage, and Davey gives him the maracas. And so Lenny hands Davey the gun, and then Davey doesn't even realize it.
Exactly.
Until Mickey says, "You've got the gun!" So shootout begins. More gunshots.
Guys dive behind the bar.
Yeah, they're behind the bar, and Lenny and George are behind a table. Bessie's just singing on the stage. Oh, because Mike sets the player piano thing on so that the Monkees track is still playing.
It's looping and looping and looping.
Right? She's just singing away, spinning around, doing like the little pointy finger wave dance thing. I don't know how you describe that motion. And then there's a shootout. What did I write? Join in. Oh, Davey has gun. That's what I wrote there. It looks like join in. Davey has gum. That's not what happened. So yeah, they're behind the bar, and then the little xylophone carnival music plays. Yes. And they're popping up like a little carnival shooting game thing. What do you call that? There's a name for that. The little carnival shoot game. Where you put the gun and you shoot the thing, and the little ducks go by.
Yeah, little ducks, or sometimes a little bear.
Like target shooting, a little target shooting.
Yeah.
So the Monkees are popping up and down and
doing all the
to do stuff, and
that's when Mickey jumps up because they shoot all the bottles behind the bar, and he just jumps up like the carnival guy.
Yes, win a Cupid doll, which. You will win if you tell us all of the impressions that Mickey does.
Yes, we have a Cupid doll.
Yes, I will send you a Cupid doll. And they don't. Oh yeah, the cavalry is going to come. They hear the cavalry out the window. And what is the cavalry? What is the trumpet playing in that cavalry?
Oh,
she's playing the Monkees theme. That's so cute. And the cavalry just keeps going. Don't trust the cavalry. Davey's just shooting away. I love the way the shootout is, because they're behind the bar. So Davey's just got his hand up over the bar. He's not looking with it. He's still crouched down. His hand is up over the bar, just shooting blindly. Just not even
got his hand rested in one position. Boom.
Just shooting. Which is the way I would handle a shootout, frankly. I'm not putting my head up there. I've seen, what was that movie? Not Death Proof, the other one. The other Grindhouse movie. There was Death Proof and the other Tarantino. Okay. Anyway, the actor like peeks behind a thing to see what's going to happen.
Oh no.
And then his head is just blown off. And it's horrible. And I've never forgotten it. I don't even think I've seen that whole movie. I just saw that one part. I was like, oh, this movie is not for me. That was terrible. It was kind of funny, but that was gross.
In the Tarantino way, they're kind of funny at the same time.
Although that might have been the other dudes. Oh God! Why do I have a podcast?
Robert Rodriguez, maybe.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Robert. That might have been Rodriguez's thing.
Okay.
His part, his movie, his section. But yeah, that dude getting his head blown off. So sad. But I always think that's me in a shootout. I'm just gonna poke my head out and then die. That'll be the end of it.
What's going on over here?
Boom. So shootout. Oh, Davey runs out of bullets after Peter points out that they're not running out of bullets, of course. And so he just tosses the gun, and then the gun ricochets off a pipe, ting, 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 and then knocks the machine gun out of Uncle Leo's hands, like how I'm calling him Uncle Leo
Uncle
now.
Leo, yeah.
It's just easier to remember than George. It's like, wow, I've never seen that kind of shooting. Oh, my goodness. And so they give up.
We give up.
And they hand Peter the machine gun, and he gives the famous line, "You guys ain't going." And then he can't remember the rest of it.
Yes.
And then Lenny helps him out, and it's adorable. And then we're all excited. Hey, yay, they did it. They won. And the cops come. Who called the cop? Why didn't Davey call the cop?
How did they finally get through to the police? Yeah.
Davey should have called the cops the first time instead of calling random people.
Yeah.
All right. So the cops are there.
Call the operator.
And Bessie complains that they wouldn't arrest Barbra Streisand. Well, you know what? Barbra Streisand isn't trying to kill the Monkees.
That's right.
Bessie.
That's right.
So, duh. And Bessie tells the Monkees that she's gonna start a group, get the act back together. Bessie and the Bullets.
I like it.
I know, that's a great name.
It's like Benny and the Jets.
It's a great punk name too.
It is Bessie and the Bullets.
Yeah, they went on tour in 1980 with X-Ray Specs.
Nice.
Yeah. And so the Monkees are like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, see you, Bessie. And they get a reward for capturing the big woman.
Yes, crumpled piece of paper.
Yes.
Here you go for all your trouble. You guys are heroes.
Yeah, you dug up.
Here, I pulled this out of my pocket.
Did we miss the digging? We skipped the digging.
Oh, well, that was the second romp.
Yeah, we talked about how much we loved the song. And we didn't talk about... I love the digging bit when they're trying to dig out and then they keep popping their head up and it's like different
locales. Yeah, the pyramid shows up again. Yes. They're at the beach again.
There's a tiger in the jungle.
And then finally there's a baseball game. And Mike looks like, no,
I gotta go.
I gotta go back.
And then they just dug into the other cell. Was what had happened.
A lot more room in the other cell.
Pete, so good.
Isn't that dumb?
And then I know that scene is. I think there are some pictures online of shots from that because you can see Peter's butt when he's crawling through the little tunnel.
I noticed that too. I'm sitting here with you going, I don't remember paying attention in the past, but here I am.
There's a Peter butt.
Nice butt.
Yes. All right. So they get the reward. I don't know why that made me think of the digging. I really love that bit though. And they go outside to their Monkeemobile, and the cop's like, hey, wait a minute, is that your car? And I think Davy's like, yeah, is she a beaut? No, Davy, no. That car is really ugly. That car is terrible. And then the cop says, well, it's parked in a no parking zone, and you crossed against the light, and
you're playing music without a license.
A cabaret without a license.
He's like, it's not a cabaret, we're in a ghost town. Stating the obvious, table for one.
And then Mike just hands over the reward. This ought to cover it. And then
one crumpled paper for another.
Yes. And then there's like a shot from above, like a God shot from above. I don't know if they actually had like a crane or something. I don't know why that shot is there. And then the boys all look up from their car and they go, well that's show business. Boop. And then Lisa and I start to cheer, and I'm like, wait, there's more.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the interview, the blue gel that we talked about before.
Oh, I love those interviews.
I do, too. So Mike is writing Lauren St. David. Is that what he's
Lauren St. David. Because he doesn't want anybody to recognize him.
Doesn't want to be recognized. Classic Mike. And, and Peter's wearing that blue shirt that I like so much. I love that blue shirt.
Oh, yeah?
That's a nice shirt. It's very blue. It's just a really nice color. It looks good on him. And then they're picking up gels and things, and
a Hoff net.
Yes. Davy's like, what's this? What is this? And somebody else said, it's a
half net.
Half net. This is a Hoff net.
This is a Hoff net.
And then Mickey has the blue gel, and then who is it? Somebody starts to say, oh yeah, Davy starts to ask what this one is, and then is it James Frawley that's talking to them?
It couldn't be Bob. It might be Bob or Bert.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because they're usually the ones asking the questions.
You're right. And so one of them is like, "Wait, no. If you didn't know what it was, what would you say it is?" And then he's like, "Well, it's a K because this is what it looks like. It looks like a K."
I think Bob's the one that's usually asking the questions. Yeah.
And then Peter takes it and says it's a symbol for transistor. Now, is that really what it is?
I don't know, but he owned that, so I'm willing to believe it.
But then he did a little take, a little face.
But I thought the little face was like, I guess you guys don't, care, but I do.
Or it could have been like, that was pretty convincing, huh? I don't know what the heck I'm talking about.
True, absolutely.
I have no idea what the symbol for transistor is.
I don't.
It could be.
Let's go to Google.
No, I don't really care.
Okay. Moving on.
Excuse me. So then Mike picks up a whole bunch of them.
A whole stack of gels.
And says they're cards.
What does he say? They're playing cards, deck of cards in disguise.
Why? Okay.
All right.
Because cards need to hide out for some reason. Why? And so then he goes, he's going to do a trick. And I'm like, yeah, do a trick, Mike. Mike, do a trick. Mike, do a trick. Do a trick, Mike. And so he shuffles them by just
jostling
them in his hand very quickly. Says, you didn't see that, did you? And sticks out his tongue, which he did at the San Francisco Sketch Fest. He was mugging so much.
Oh, that's so
it
awesome.
Was so great. He liked it because they had handheld mics at San Francisco Sketch Fest, and so sometimes he would forget not to pick up his mic
and talk to him. Yeah,
and then so this is at the very beginning, and then he just picked up the mic and then started talking into it, but not talking, so pretending that the mic wasn't working. So fake talking into the mic, hitting the mic on his hand, boom, 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 and then holding it up to his mouth and fake talking.
Oh my gosh.
We were eating it up, and I was like, bits, do more bits. Making faces at the crowd. Ah, dang.
I saw some photographs some other people posted of him making his funny faces.
Yes, making that's, just my...
I just love seeing how happy he seems to be. He's doing so well.
Just do bits, Mike. I don't need you to tell me about head. I don't need you to answer that question if you don't want to. If you just want to be silly on stage,
do it.
I'm here for it. Just do bits.
Eating it up.
I love it. Sticks out his tongue. Asks Pete, pick a card. Any card? Any card. Any card? Any card.
I love that little side thing. Any card.
And it takes one and look at it. What card is it? I don't even remember what it says. Something of spades.
King of spades.
King of spades. I'm like, whoa, how did you know? There's only one missing.
Right.
That's the end. Yeah. Isn't that the end? That's the end.
That is the end.
That is the end. The actual end of Monkees in a ghost town. So usually I think that usually I'm talking about all the acting that Davey does, but Davey didn't have a lot to do this episode.
Funny you should say that, because it was about a third into the episode when I actually thought the same thing. I'm like, he doesn't have a lot to do in this one.
No.
It's more of an ensemble, but I mean, he's definitely less until he's shooting the gun.
Right, yeah.
And even then he doesn't have a lot of lines. I guess using the telephone. But yeah, he really was... He was there. He was moving around a lot, but he didn't have a lot of lines. Yeah. It wasn't a Davey focus.
Yeah.
Mickey got
got to do his
impressions. Peter was in it Peter got to showcase a little bit.
Yeah.
And Mike. But yeah,
Dave. Yeah, Dave. The most Davey did was the hello at the phone, where after the bit for whoever was talking to on the phone, he'd be like, hello, 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 and then he would see the guy with a gun and go, oh, hello. It was good. Every time he did it was good, but it was like, that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's all he gets. This was more of a Mickey show to me. This is really a lot of Mickey. I mean, a lot of noticeable good stuff from Mickey.
Yes, absolutely. But also the guest stars, they were really heavily featured. I mean, they had a lot of lines and a lot of they were obviously they're core to the storyline, but I don't know, they were focused on a lot more. I think because of the caliber of guest stars they had, they really wanted to play to them more than the Monkees,
Lon Chaney Jr.
My goodness, yeah.
And Uncle Leo.
Hello.
It was really good.
Hello, Jerry.
I wish I knew.
You will.
Okay. I watched that last episode that everybody's upset about. The last episode of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I liked it, but what do I know?
I liked it. I was
like, this is appropriate. They're jerks.
I think it's just the common tale of almost every series finale is a bitter disappointment.
That's true.
To the hardcore fans, Yeah. And then of course people tune into a show like that for maybe even for the first time,
like
when
me.
It's a series finale. Yeah. But I'm talking about the people that complain. They're like, I don't get it. I don't understand why this was so popular for 10 years. Well, and I don't know why I said it in that voice, but
that's the international dumb guys. What I like to do at this point is ask my guest, who was their standout? Who was their favorite actor, actress, moment, animal from this episode? Would you like me to go first? What you think?
You go.
Okay. Now, ordinarily, I would say Rosemary because I love her so much, but I'm going to go with Uncle Leo. I'm going to go with George because he really scares me when he says, you guys can yell all you want. Nothing but desert for miles and miles. It's really scary. And that, I think I was a little bit scared of Uncle Leo. So he is my pick for the performance of the episode.
I'm going to go with Lon Chaney Jr. That moment early in the episode when they ask him what he wants and he has his little mini monologue about what he really wants in life. He pulled a 180. And that means that says, and I'm telling you now, I hadn't watched this episode in a great while, years, and I don't recall that scene. I don't recall that section, which goes to show how long it's been. And I appreciated his complete shift. And I'm like, wow, he's really talented.
He was. He said, I want what anybody wants.
And he looked like he was tearing up. And I mean, it was so good.
It was really good.
It was really good.
And it made the joke
that much better.
Yeah. What is it that he says? I know he wants cookouts on the weekends.
And be in the PTA.
Just this heartfelt speech about what is it he really wants.
And that's what I really, can you give me that? And when he asked that, he was so genuine.
Can you give me
that was a serious moment.
It was. And when they can't give him that, all right, let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Get out of here. So much fun having you here. You're going to stick around for episode 8.
Ooh.
But our audience is going to go away for a while. You guys have fun. But is there anything you want to plug? How can people write you, address you, find you online, and say how awesome you are?
If you, I can be followed on Instagram at Lisa Michelle Golden. That's Michelle with 2 L's. Ooh, I'm one of those Michelles. Yeah, Lisa Michelle Golden. And you can just look up Lisa Golden on Facebook. Those are my 2 main social medias. I don't have anything to really plug at the moment. I've been a voiceover actor for many years. I took a step away for a few years, and now I'm dipping my toe back in. And
she's back.
I'm back, and so maybe I'll have something to share in the near future.
All right, we'll look out for that. Yay, Lisa! Thank you so much.
Thank you. Here. This is so much fun.
Super fan. All right, here's where I do my part. All right. This has been the Monkees podcast. It's a P-A-W, paw. Subscribe and leave a rating, a review. Please, please, please. Because there's only one review, and it's me. And that's sad, you guys. So please subscribe, leave a rating, a review on Apple Podcasts. Find us at all social media at Monkees Podcast. Support the show by getting some official podcast merch at dragonwagonshop.com. Wear that creepy paw. Scare children on your street by wearing a creepy paw shirt. And thanks for tuning in. I'm owning it. And we'll see you next time on the Monkees podcast. Bye. Bye, everybody. Say bye. Bye. We'll miss you.
Hey, my name's Zen Zenith, and if you've ever wanted to hear intimate conversations and performances from amazing musicians such as Tony Thaxton from Motion City Soundtrack, Dressage, or Field Medic, I've got the podcast for you. Check out The House Show with Zen Zenith on Dragon Wagon Radio. The House Show is a concert series wrapped up in the context of a house show in front of a real live audience that we then turn into a podcast for you. You can find it on Dragon Wagon Radio or wherever else good podcasts are found. Check it out, and we'll see you there.
It's Dragon Wagon.